Welcome back to the channel Trading Simplified. I'm a trading enthusiast and love to simplify trading. To get started, just a reminder that I'm not a financial advisor and this video is for entertainment purposes only. Alright guys, so TLRY, I have call options on them. They have earnings tomorrow. I believe it gets released in the pre-market. And post-market today, they were actually showing a positive. They were in the 11 range. Now this doesn't show the post-market for some reason under WEBULL. Just trying to bring up a better view for you guys so you can actually see. I don't know why it looks so choppy. But it has been hovering in this range. Even like over the last month, it's been hovering at this range of, $12 down all the way to a low of 10.68. Sorry, let me try to fix this. Looks terrible. There we go, it's better. So TLRY used to be $67 a share when it got really pumped up. And I decided to buy call options a year out around the $11 range. So we're not too off right now with our call option, but we'll see. TLRY has a history of doing well with earnings, and they actually go up. So I'm going to take a chance. We've got these call options. We bought them, and we'll see if hopefully we can get a rise here. I'd love to be able to sell these call options around like $15, but we'll see. That's what I was playing right there. I had my call options on TLRY as well, but it just died. I mean, pre-market, it went last night in the after hours. It was up to like 26.50 off of that big news that it had off of that contract. And that just wasn't enough to sustain it. And I always, that's the problem with call options is it'd be great if you could sell your call options in the after hours, but that was not the case. So, it doesn't even show it here, but it was up here and then it just sold off. Now it's 23.58. So I actually bought shares at 23.50, but I sold them just for a $100 gain today. I didn't want to hold. I want to see where PLTR goes because, I like holding PLTR, but at 23.5, for some reason, something just tells me not to trust it right now. And I just want to see if maybe I can get a better deal at this point. So we'll see. But we're looking for those. We're looking for those calls on TLRY, which we have. And tomorrow we're going to see what's going to happen with them. Because in Q4, they crushed their earnings. I mean, they had earnings per share beat by 500%. If we get something like that, we're gonna go pretty high to the moon tomorrow. So fingers crossed, this stock has really sold off, and we're just gonna have to wait and see where it goes. But overall, that's definitely where I'm looking, and I'm hoping that TLRY is going to be our next play with our call options that we currently have, and hopefully we can get a nice run. I mean, it's been testing highs of 11.2, 11.35. If we can just get it up above the 11.53 resistance area, TLRY is going to run. Because if you look at the chart, TLRY, it's after 11.5, its next resistance would be up here at 12.25. So if we get a good earnings tomorrow, we're going to see TLRY actually go pretty high. So that's what we're banking on. We're hoping we can make something out of it. And then my Wish contracts have done terrible. I bought them around like $5.60. Wish has just gone down to like 4.7 as their low. So it's a good thing we bought these calls like a year and a half out because you can't time the bottom, and I didn't even have a chance to sell them if I wanted to. I just bought them and they just kept selling off. That's the name of the game sometimes with the call options. That's why I don't go too heavy. But we have time. We can wait. We just wait and see what happens. Also, I just want to give an update on AITX. I keep saying I'm not buying them yet, and I haven't bought them. I'm trying to be patient. I keep saying in my videos that 0.0220 is the buy. And I don't know if it's really going to show it here. I'm going to see if I can bring it up on Fidelity. Maybe it'll make it easier for us to see. Well, it's not coming up for some reason. But AITX, this is like a purely speculative play. They have some things coming out, I believe, in a week or two. I was reading in the comments from some of the subscribers. And if you know, please leave a comment because I'm not sure exactly what the catalyst will be. But I was actually watching a YouTube video on the CEO, and it's just talking about the company, how they're hiring more people. They're up to like 70 employees. I mean, that's all hearsay. You listen to them talk, they're always going to say positive things. But, AITX used to be 30 cents. Now we're down to 2 cents. I just like the support level right here. That's why I brought up this chart. Around the 0210 is where we're going to get a pop, I believe, because that's the last area before it's sold all the way off. So we just got to give it some time. And if AITX could actually become the company that everybody wants, I mean, imagine holding shares at 2 cents and then eventually can get to the dollar level. That would just be a dream. So sometimes with companies like this, I just kind of like to always hold shares. But it just depends how much money you're willing to put in them. But, most companies do fail, and there's a reason they're worth 2 cents. So you always just have to be cautious. Last stock I want to talk about is CEI. This stock is really sold off. And I'm actually looking to take a position soon. And I mean, this is pure manipulation. I mean, this stock used to sell like 40, 50 cents. Went as high as $4.85, and it just sold off immediately from there. And it's really sad because people were thinking this stock is going to go like $10, and you look at just massive sell-offs, I know in the after hours today it was like 1.2. It's not going to show it on WEBULL. I really don't understand why it doesn't. But I think it was up to like 1.2 in the after hours. So we'll see what happens with it. I know they were talking about how they're not going to do a reverse split, which is actually really good. That means that the company, is actually doing well. They don't need money, so they're not going to do a reverse split. Sometimes they do that to like raise the share price. But if they're not going to do that, this is actually going to help CEI because people are going to believe in the company a little bit more. And I just didn't see them today. I would have bought them at 90 cents if I saw them because that's just a dramatic pullback within 5 days. You're going to sell off from $4.85 down all the way down to 87 cents. I mean, sometimes you just got to put the money in, especially when you see these massive declines. And look, even like the RSI here, this is why you got to be very careful with the RSI because look, the RSI here was 25, but where was this price? It's like in a $1.50 range. So even if you bought them here, that's why you got to use everything. You can't just use just RSI when you buy. But I mean, I love using RSI, but you got to be just very careful. In and out methods when you're doing this. You could have bought this around 1.47 and sold it 20 cents up. That's so hard. It's so difficult to do when it's selling off this fast. So just something to look into. Another stock that I've been keeping an eye on. I'm always trading SNDL, especially my $100 account. I actually didn't trade in them either today. The market felt so weak today. I made $100 on PLTR and AMC today, and I made like an extra $80 in my IRA today. So not much, just like $180 today. But we live to fight another day, and we just have the cash to make moves, that's how I like to do it. And I just like to hold everything else in index funds. And then I bought a few shares of Coca-Cola. I have nothing crazy, like $800 in them. I hold them the long term. I just reinvest the dividends. Every time I get some gains, I'll just throw them into them. I bought some AT&T today because they were at a low of $27. Just a couple shares, 5 to 10 shares, nothing crazy. Just with the gains that I made today. So it's like I'm going to hold those two companies, and then I just add them as I go. If I make bigger gains, then I throw them into index funds like the S&P 500 or something. But if I make little gains, I try to throw them into little individualized companies. That's really where I'm at right now. I'm just trying to see what's the next play. I'm hoping that TLRY tomorrow after earnings is going to have a big day because I remember buying the call options when it was around $11, and I have a year out, but it's just nice to be able to sell my call options quickly and then look for the next entry, So we'll see what happens. If you have any stocks that you think are on watch or something that I missed, definitely feel free to send out. I definitely like finding out what's going to be the next gem. But when I look through the list of just the quick list I made, I'm not really sure what's going to be next move besides TLRY and just keeping an eye on PLTR. I do believe that PLTR is bearish, and that's why I sold all my shares, and I'm only holding the call option. So I'm only risking $400. So for me, that's like whatever. I'll just leave it. But I do believe that PLTR, if it breaks 22 range, if it breaks this $23, we're gonna see it go down to like $18. So I'm just trying to be very careful with them. I really don't know where they're going to go. I didn't realize they had this massive volume buy here, though. 2.5 million right here at the end of close. That is interesting. Something to keep an eye on. And then, as always with AMC, I mean, I love day trading them, but you gotta. I just bought the low today, and I only bought like 100 shares. There's nothing crazy. I just bought like around like $36 and sold it up at 37. So I mean, there's only 100 shares. I mean, if I did like 1,000, that would have been a big difference. But AMC is one of those stocks that I just like to buy the death. I just don't feel comfortable buying them when they're at highs because I just don't know what they're gonna do. So that's how I play AMC. I try to buy them as low as possible, and then I just wait for the gains. I set my sell order above, usually a point above, and I just try not to even watch at that point. It's probably not the best way to day trade, but AMC just gives really good spreads, as you can see just looking at this. So it's just good just to play it like that, at least in my opinion. As long as you got money that you're like, if you lose it, it's okay. That's what I'm looking at. We summed up. We did Coca-Cola, we did AT&T, TLRY, PLTR, AITX, CEI, SNDL. That's all I got for you right now. If there's anything that you guys see that could be worth watching, definitely send me a message. And that's all I got for you. All right.